Yeah, sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay. So in closing, I'm giving my conclusion. Okay, so let me know when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready. It's ready.
Okay. So you have to understand that all these groups were artists, concepts, brands. These people were not real. They were actors acting like
Mm-hmm.
this, acting like that. Now, I'm not saying all of them. There were a lot of great information, time of great information. I learned a lot about Black history and things like that, and about the Black political situation. But you got to remember that when a lot of these rappers, these gangster rappers, when they would finally leave LA and go to Arizona, and they taught, including there was a song called by DJ Quick, Oakland is just like Compton. This is just like Compton. The music was feeding the people, and the people started to practice what they heard.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was Dr. Dre. He said one time he was hanging after the concert, and the kids invited him out. They went to the guy's house and everything, and Dr. Dre was like, "Yo, what we talked about, these guys were putting into action.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know, they didn't expect that. They were just
Wow.
a group. They were a group, some artists. They had
Mm-hmm.
a brand. They had a see what I'm saying? They weren't actually practicing that.
Right.
Easy E was a real drug dealer, but the other ones weren't.
Right.
They weren't shooting anybody.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't selling any drugs. But now that's the East Coast, that's the LA. But New York, you're talking about a lot of pedophilia. Africa Bambata used the Zulu Nation as a front to do pedophile. He was sleeping with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
He was a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
X clan pedophile.
Damn.
And look at all of them.
You dropping a bomb on me right now, man. My
I
mind is blown.
I keep the it's you know if it once again it's far from me. I'm so we're all so we love these people so much that we never stop to really see what was the real impact because we love them. We're blinded. We love them, and that's it. We're
Mm-hmm.
blinded by our love.
Yeah.
But in the reality, you want to talk about Diddy. It hurts to talk about these people and what it was, and I hate to think about who the rappers who were murdered and things of that nature and stuff like that. And but you got to see it for what it is.
Right.
I mean, what's his name? The guy from L.A. who was the Crip who was killed by a Crip.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? The Ethiopian brother, I forgot his name,
Oh,
but
Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey Hussle.
Mm-hmm.
See, rap rap went all to hell when the Bloods and the Crips got involved.
Mm-hmm.
When they got involved, it went straight to destruction.
Right.
And they made the blood and crip culture, the gang culture, a part of Islam. I mean, part of hip hop. So now you got black kids all over the country, especially young black males, thinking that I gotta join the gang so I can be black because they're telling me this is my black culture.
Mm-hmm.
They don't even know about Black Panthers. They don't know about the civil rights movement.
Mm-hmm.
The civil rights movement produced successful entrepreneurs.
Mm-hmm.
The rap industry, drill music, and hip hop has produced nothing but criminals, bad fathers,
Mm-hmm.
children out of wedlock. R&B talking about sex, but you're talking about fornicating.
Mm-hmm.
But when you are a young person and you try these different things, you try this lifestyle, you get the reality, you get the time, you get the child support order, you get the destructive, the destroyed life.
Right. Man.
But that was music. You see what I'm saying? Like when you think about Parliament Funkadelic,
Mm-hmm.
he didn't mean live like that every day.
Right.
It was party time at the party, and then you rock your fro. You would do, and not not the fro, but you would dress wild, and you would P funk it up. That became a movement.
Mm-hmm.
Black Panthers was the Afro. That became a movement. But then hip hop started adopting player mentality,
Mm-hmm.
pimp mentality, criminal mentality. And so now, me as a young man who's in high school, junior high school, Now I'm playing around with crime. And then today you have a youth culture, which is not new, but you have a youth culture of carjacking. People are getting killed.
Mm-hmm.
You're taking people's number two biggest investments. You're stealing it.
Mm-hmm.
30, 40, 50, $60,000 vehicle. You're gonna take it. It's immoral. And that's what happened. Black people became immoral. There was a
Right.
time when Black people didn't even commit suicide.
Right.
There was a time when you would fight a Black man, but you would never, ever, ever kill a Black man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, things of this nature.
Man.
And the culture became, unfortunately, as our culture became kidnapped, hijacked, we became, as Malcolm said, bamboozled, hoodwinked. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Let it stray.
Led astray,
Mm-hmm.
because now, because these executives were using their fronts, these rappers and singers, to teach a lifestyle that they were not a part of.
Mm-hmm.
Today we have a generation of African Americans who are ex-cons. We literally have an ex-con and a con culture now,
Mm-hmm.
a criminal culture now. Many of these people went to jail as young adults, young
Mm-hmm.
men. They came back practicing homosexuality. So now you have a very large homosexual culture
Mm-hmm.
in Black America now.
Right.
And when I say that, I say that factually, because it literally is just that. There are young Black people practicing something that never been practiced before in our entire history of the
Mm-hmm.
United States of America.
Yeah.
250, what is it, 200? Because America's literally like 200, not even 250 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Timbuktu is older than United States of America. So we didn't. These are things our ancestors never did the things that we do today.
Right.
Our ancestors did not exploit children, did not exploit women. Our ancestors protected the men, women, and children. But
Mm-hmm.
today we're acting like we are literally now practicing the cracker culture of abusing human beings, taking advantage of human beings
Mm-hmm.
who look like us.
Right.
We are now the crackers in the sense that we're looking for Black people to exploit. So, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide them all to Islam, that in truth, Islam is growing. Islam is the fastest growing religion in America, because, especially in Black America, because once you have been just exploited, beat down, demoralized, and it's time for us as a people to realize that we are demoralized.
Mm-hmm.
When you're standing on Suitland, here in Suitland, when you're standing on the corners and you are just so drug addicted to, you literally are like a demon possessed human being. It don't get no lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
Young men in their 20s and 30s selling their bodies because they don't have drugs to sell, and they refuse to get jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I'm seeing teenagers out here selling their bodies. It don't get no lower than that.
Mm-hmm.
There were no Muslim slave masters in the South. It's time to give the people their due. The Protestants did that.
Mm-hmm.
The church was there the whole time, never liberated the people. And to the degree that we think that English is our language, we think that European culture is our culture, we've literally lost so much of our African culture that we are literally like the Europeans now. We actually practice a very Eurocentric lifestyle now,
Mm-hmm.
to where our own African brothers don't even recognize us anymore, because we're not practicing our true, original African culture. That the first religion in Black America was Islam. That the original Africans that came over here, those who were monotheists, were Muslims. There was no Christianity in our ancestors in West Africa, where we come from. Native Americans before the Europeans were not Christians. And in fact, the Cherokee Indians who had their empire between the Carolinas, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Alabama, they have had, Islam has been in their tribe, they say, for over 1,000 years.
Wow.
But our Christian teachers won't teach us that.
Mm-hmm.
They literally have a turban that is a actual Islamic turban, and it's been in the tribe so long that it's literally a part of their culture.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's a whole nother thing, whole nother conversation. But when you talk about hip hop and rap and things of that nature and what it's become in 2024, it is the most destructive movement that has ever happened to us. It's us killing us, destroying us, raping us, robbing us. That is, it puts black men jealous of one another. That two black men are both poor. That literally, if one gets a car over the other becomes jealous. These are not the values of the civil rights movement. This is not the values of the movement that got us out of the South. This is the values that we got out of slavery with. So, but hip hop right now, it was beginning to be a beautiful thing. For the first
Mm-hmm.
20 years, it was a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now today, what is it? What is it? 40 years later, 50 years
50,
later,
50, yeah.
50 years later, it's become worse than enslavement in the Deep South
Wow.
in terms of the results
Mm-hmm.
and what is done. I mean, I talk to people every day. They literally are like walking zombies. The most educated, some of the most educated African Americans cannot tell you what life was like before coming to America. Like, where do we go to do the research? We
Mm-hmm.
used to do it. We used to do the research in hip hop. We used to talk
Mm-hmm.
about this stuff.
Right.
Now today it's just money, 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 cash, cash, cash. Get the girl, have sex, drink the drugs, and it's become a platform of consumerism. People are just selling brands to you. It's exploited. The music really is not that good because everybody sounds just like each other. There's
Mm-hmm.
no originality. There's no
Mm-hmm.
unique sound or any of these things in nature. Alhamdulillah.
Mm-hmm. Right. Brother, once again, thank you for your time, man. You dropped a lot of knowledge on me. I'm going to throw this up on my YouTube channel and I'm gonna shoot you the link when I get it up there, man.
That's awesome, man. And like I said, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase us in knowledge. But at the same time, we call on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, but brothers and sisters, for the people listening on YouTube, it's up to you. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will never change the condition of people, and the people change what's within themselves. That this is one of the lessons of Islam. That when you see that your life is just completely upside down, the past 50 years in Black America has been an absolute disaster. We
Mm-hmm.
did not win the war on drugs. The war on drugs happened to us. If you want to know who won the war on drugs, the drugs won. Literally, the drugs are the winner. So,
Mm-hmm.
I invite everybody to Islam. I invite everybody to learn about Islam and to accept Islam. Hip hop and R&B with me is dead. I've left that lifestyle behind me. But I do not deny the fact that that was my jahiliyyah. That was what I was into. That was my thing. And a lot of people come from a lot of different directions. That's the direction that I come from. And I totally, as I stand here right now today, as I do catch a beat every now and then. I'm not going to deny it,
Mm-hmm.
but I am not with you.
Gotcha.
Alhamdulillah.
Gotcha.
You know,
All right, my brother. I'm gonna see you tomorrow, actually.
now, inshallah, see you then,
I'll
inshallah.
see you tomorrow in class, my brother. Thank you so
All
much.
right. Yep. All right. Salam alaikum.
Salam, brother.